Hello and welcome to another video. Now you might recognize this outfit and this video title because I've already done it before, and right now I'm in the middle of filming both. I thought it was gonna be a shorter video, but there were so many unpopular opinions I wanted to talk about that I just felt that it was a better choice to split this video into two parts so they're not like really long. So without further ado, let's get on with our first unpopular opinion for part 2. Let's see if we get a juicy one to start off. The 7 felt more like co-workers than friends. So if you don't know, the 7 are the 7 in the prophecy of the heroes of Olympus. So that is
Percy, Annabeth, Leo, Piper, Hazel, Jason, and Frank.
And I actually kind of agree with this one. I think the 7 could be like a very cool found family and a tight-knit group of friends if the story hadn't had to happen in the course of a month. I think that really like makes the story less impactful and the characters' dynamics less believable. Let me explain. So Percy Jackson and the Olympians happens over the course of 4 years, I think, because the third one was in the winter. I always get confused about that, but we get so much freaking development over those 4 to 5 years, not only like for the characters themselves, but between the character dynamics. From year to year, you can see how they grow as friends or something more, and I love seeing that because it's really believable. I believe that if you spend 4 years knowing someone and spending all summer together, that you will eventually like start to know what the other one is thinking and be really good like partners when fighting, which is really important in these books. But if you only spend a month together, like most of them did, like the 7 only spent a month together. Like, really. The Greeks minus Percy plus Jason spent a whole year together because they all spent that year in Camp Half-Blood building the Argo 2. But the Romance minus Jason plus Percy only spent a week together before the 7 of them were shoved together. And I do feel like this series would have benefited so much for like, maybe we don't need them to be like 4 years, you know? It could have taken place over like, I'll take 6 months, okay? I was gonna say a year, but I'll take 6 months over a month because their friendships could have been so much more developed. The only friendships we get are Leo and Jason, Percy and Annabeth, basically. And that's it. I can't think of any other friendship where I was like, huh, this is great. And Percy and Annabeth are dating. So I feel like this series would have really benefited over like a longer period of time spent in the books, and also the focus being on the relationships, platonic, not the romantic relationships, which is an opinion I have stated so many times, but I will die defending that opinion. Rachel is a good ship that gets too much hate. So for those of you who don't know, Rachel is the ship between Percy and Rachel Elizabeth Dare. And I would definitely say it gets too much hate. I can't say that I'm a perfect person, and when I read this at 13 that I didn't hate Rachel because she got in the middle of Percabeth. But now, being an adult who can like see things objectively, I can tell that Rachel wasn't in the middle of Percabeth because when she kissed Percy, Percabeth wasn't a thing. Nothing happened. Annabeth did kiss Percy, but then nothing happened between them for a whole year. And Rachel was spending like her year with Percy because they both lived in New York. So I do think they have like really nice interactions, and I would love to see more of their friendship now that there's like no possibility of romantic feelings between them. But what I do have to say about Rachel is not so much about Rachel, but so much as the series in general. How does Percy have like so many female love interests? So there's Annabeth, a possible love interest, and then there's Rachel, another possible love interest, And then there's Calypso. And I feel like I'm missing some, like probably more girls fall in love with Percy that I'm not remembering, but I mean, even Nico falls in love with Percy, so like, I know you're the main guy character, but do you really have to have like a harem following you around? Like, does everyone have to fall in love with Percy? I mean, I get it, because I fell in love with him as well, but I don't know.
I think we have 5 or so left, so let's go.
Okay, actual fanfiction was better than Blood of Olympus. You know, I can't really confirm nor deny this because I have not read fanfiction that could be used as a replacement for Blood of Olympus. I really wish I had. Maybe I should look something up. Please let me know if you read fanfiction of what could have happened in Blood of Olympus and like leave it down below so I can read it. I would really love to because as we all know, Blood of Olympus was not it. So I can't say I completely agree because I haven't read it, but I completely believe that it is possible. Come on. Rick dismisses femininity. This is a real one. Okay, so let's unpack this. We have, let's see how many female characters, important female characters.
Annabeth, Clarice, Talia, Selena, and then we have Piper and Hazel.
Those are like the most important female characters, besides also Rachel, but I feel like we don't dive as deep into her. So let's see which of them express and like validate stereotypically female characteristics. So Annabeth, besides being kind of motherly, no. She is kind of not like other girls. She doesn't brush her hair. She never wears makeup by herself. And she is always shown wearing her Can't Have Blood t-shirt. So this girl is not like characteristically, stereotypically feminine. Neither is Clarice, and neither is Piper, who literally opposes anything feminine. She cuts her own hair so she looks less conventionally attractive. She wears Hello Kitty shirts, ironically, and when she is counselor, I don't remember what it's called, head of the Aphrodite cabin, she disses basically everyone in the cabin for having an interest in fashion and in making themselves look good. And then we have Hazel, who I think has no opinions on the topic and never comments anything on it. But basically, Selena is the only important character portrayed as having an interest in her appearance, and we're made to believe that she's a little bit shallow. And especially Drew, we're made to believe that she's really shallow, she's vain, oh, she wants to wear makeup, oh,
she just wants the guy's attention. She is so shallow. Oh, she likes pretty clothes? Oh my god, then she can't be a warrior. Oh my god.
So yeah, I don't know if from that you can tell, but I really oppose this. I think, more controversial opinion coming up, that Rick doesn't really write great female characters. That is not to say that I don't like the ones he writes, but he can really get better at writing them if he actually understood us more. Liking makeup, liking fashion, and liking to look good on purpose is not a bad thing. It doesn't directly make you shallow or vain, it just means that you care. You might not care, and that's completely fine. I completely understand that Annabeth doesn't, because she has like a lot of other things to worry about, so it goes completely in character. And she doesn't actively dismiss girls who do that. But on the other hand, Piper does, especially in the beginning of the Heroes of Olympus, and that is not a-okay. So, why can't we just have a badass female character who is a great warrior, who also cares if her eyeliner is on fleek, or if she has like cute sneakers to run away from monsters? That last one was a long rant, so let's see, 4 more to go. Rick Riordan ripped off Harry Potter. I don't agree. I don't agree with this one at all. I do see kind of the similarities, But I don't know if you know this, but if you're in the fandom, you probably do. Rick Riordan came up with this book series because it was a story he told his son so he would feel more comfortable having ADHD and dyslexia. And honestly, the pattern he follows is most closely like a ripoff of ancient Greek myths than of Harry Potter. So if there's any similarities, it's because J.K. Rowling also drew inspiration from Greek mythology, and you can't say that's a ripoff because it's Greek mythology. Anyone can be inspired by it. So basically the only coincidence is that there's the main trio, 2 guys, 1 girl. The guy has black hair and green eyes, and the girl is the smart one.
But that's it. That's it.
3 more to go. Oh, whoa. 3 more to go. Let's see what we get. YA, so young adult, glorifies teenage relationships, not strong friendships. Yes, could not more strongly agree with this point. I think like I've already made my point and my stance on this very clear. I wish the heroes of Olympus had focused on platonic relationships, especially platonic relationships between guys and girls. So, this is what I would have liked to see. I would have liked Hazel and Percy's relationship to be more explored, because I feel like that's very cute. I would have also loved Leo and Annabeth, and also Annabeth and Jason. I mean, they have like the same interest, and we basically don't get to see them together at all. I think like they could be really good friends, more than Percy and Jason, who have absolutely nothing in common. Also, again, Piper and Percy would have been great friends, I feel like, and I would have really loved to see that explored. I would also might have liked to see more of Leo and Frank without Leo being a little stupid dude. What a great insult. Also, I would really like to see Percy's and Nico's relationship explored now that the air has kind of been cleared up. But yeah, I would have really loved, I like craving platonic relationships from Rick Riordan because I know he can do them. I love Percy and Grover. They're so cute together, like best friend goals, and I'm trying to think of more, and that's it. I mean, I really liked Clarice and Selena's, but I also kind of ship it. So Talia and Annabeth, would love to see more of that. Please, Rick, that's all I want. And also, as probably any teen can tell you, having like a strong and great group of friends is probably so much more important to any teen than having a boyfriend, or at least that's what I hope, because through all of my teenhood, I would not have survived it without my group of friends, because being alone by yourself really sucks, and honestly having a significant other doesn't make it that much better as like having a strong supportive group of friends that you can relate to and that will be there for you no matter what, even if you break up with your significant other. So that's it. Great, more problematic Perciveth. The judo flip scene is abusive and problematic, and basically I saw a lot of this in Percy Jackson discourse, and I have to say that I objectively don't agree. Let me explain, please, because I understand why people would think that from this, Perciveth is abusive and problematic. But please let me explain, because I think those are the people who maybe like only read one book, didn't read the whole series, or like read it but only once and didn't quite understand. But again, I'll explain my point of view. It's completely valid if you have a different point of view. But here we go. Basically, I think that Percy and Annabeth have been friends and sparring partners for about 5 years. They've probably tackled each other and fought each other countless times. They're demigods, they went to Camp Hapla together, they trained together, it is what they do. So when Percy and Annabeth finally met after a year, you have to take into account that Annabeth is very, how do I say this, protective of her friends, not only her boyfriend, but her friends in general. And she literally thought Percy was dead for like a month, and then she knew where he was, but she couldn't get to him for a year. So imagine all of those pent-up feelings that Annabeth has, because she didn't go to therapy. She only had like Piper to confide in. So she had a lot of pent-up feelings, and you know, they weren't directed at Percy because obviously it wasn't his fault. They were directed at Hera, who has wronged Annabeth so many times. So there she is, Annabeth, all of these emotions, and she finally sees that Percy is there and that he is okay. She also sees that he's there with two other people who he seems extremely friendly with. Not in like a romantic way, but like he's made another family and another group of friends. And Annabeth is very territorial of her friends. But she sees him after a whole year of thinking he was either dead or missing. And then all of those emotions come up and they like explode. And she sees him, they kiss, they hug, and then she's like, I can't anymore. And she judo flips him. And there was like no harm intended in this. I see this as completely playful, two puppies playing. Imagine that. And you don't think that's problematic if two puppies like tackle each other, because it's cute. And I think this is cute because Annabeth didn't mean to hurt Percy. She meant to make herself like be on top of him. Percy knows how to land. He didn't get hurt at all. Judo flip, it was probably like a small somersault. We didn't even see it, but he probably went like plop, landed perfectly, and he was like, Annabeth is on top of me. I think that was just Annabeth letting out her pent-up aggression she held on to for a year. And if that's all she did after a year, I don't think that's problematic at all. I think we were two friends just like being cute together, and people say that if this was the other way around, if it was Percy who did that to Annabeth, people would call it problematic. But I see that, and I raise you Alex Fierro doing that to Magnus Chase. He literally decapitated Magnus Chase, and no one said that was problematic. So there we go.
That was a long ass rant. This video is gonna be so hard to edit, but let's go with our last unpopular opinion. I honestly don't remember what it is.
What? How did this get back in here? Did I write this twice? Leo should have died. Is my subconscious trying to tell me something? That's great. So I guess the video is over. Poor Leo. That's it. I hope you guys liked part 2 of my Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus unpopular opinions. Honestly, they weren't my unpopular opinions. They were actually me reacting to the fandom's unpopular opinions, but in doing that, I might have shared some unpopular opinions about it myself. I don't know. Please let me know if you agree or disagree with this. I don't know. Let me know if you have more unpopular opinions that I haven't talked about. I post videos every Monday and Fridays, so if you want to get notifications every time I post, click that subscribe button and that bell icon so you get the notifications. And please like this video if you liked it. Do whatever you want, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!